In this Arc Artist video, I'm going to give you 10 advanced tips that will make you a better player if you're newer to the game. And if you've been playing the game for a while, there's probably something in here that you didn't know about. Anyways, we got a lot to talk about. Let's do it. The first thing we're going to talk about is how to minimize the amount of damage you're taking when you're falling from high places. So normally, if you fall from a height this height, you will take some damage. Now, one simple thing you can do is when you're falling from a height this height, once again, is spam that roll button. Once you get about 5 to 8% or so from the ground, you can have to practice it to kind of learn how to do it, but that's why the practice range is pretty good. You will take no damage. You'll just roll right out of it, and I'll do it again real quickly here in real time. But yeah, that's a quick, easy way to minimize the amount of damage when you are falling from a particular height about that height. There's also another way you can avoid damage altogether from a height about this height, is you can just flat out roll before you start dropping. But normally you would actually take damage falling from this height. So really you gotta kind of play with it a little bit and practice. It is actually extremely effective again in PvP situations or against Arc to get away very quickly, just to be able to roll out of those situations and take no damage. So it's a very good movement tech overall to take less damage when you're falling. Number 2 is going to be advanced healing tips. The basic things to understand with healing is this: your health is the main priority. You need to get your health up first before you start focusing on your shields. What a lot of people will do in the early stages of the game is they will put a bandage on and you'll heal your health over time. Then you will put your shield on and then you will start recovering shield at the same time. Meanwhile, you are not really healing anymore outside of that. You're just waiting for the timers to hit. Now, when you do get some more resources and you have some more advanced healing tools, you can basically run things like the sterilized bandage, the vital shot, the herbal bandage, the surge shield recharger, as well as the shield recharger, the basic one. Now, the reason why you want to run all these together is because you can get health back extremely fast. So let's just say you're in a PvP situation, just as an example, and you are mortally wounded. This guy's right here, right? And you're trying to go around the corner and recover your health. So what you're going to do is you're actually going to pop a herbal bandage. So you're going to pop an herbal bandage. That's going to start recovering your health. Then you're going to pop a vital stem. And while your health is recovering, you're going to also get the vital stem, and then you're going to be instantly back to maximum health very, very quickly. Now you can also do the same thing with your shield. So basically you're going to pop a normal common shield recharger, and then you're going to pop a surge shield recharger right afterwards. And this is going to bring you up to maximum shields. Now, when you're running regular common shields, meaning the green shields, it's not as big of a deal. Just use one regular common shield recharger and you're going to recover to full. But this is mainly for people that like to run medium and heavy shields. You're going to be able to recover your shields so much faster with this particular method. And it's one of my favorite things to do. Is people don't expect it. They expect you to be weak. And obviously, if you're having somebody pushing you, you need to defend yourself. But if you have people that are scared to push you a little bit, you can get back to full health very quickly and be more aggressive with other people. Works very well for Arc as well. So if you're in a situation where you got a lot of Arc around you, just come around the corner, do that healing method I just talked about, and you will be back to full health extremely fast. So once you get to the point where you have more resources, make sure you're using these things because they can be actually very effective in tandem with each other. Tip number 3 is going to be related to cosmetics, and you need to be careful running certain cosmetics during night raids or just in any situations where you're going to be in dark areas, which happens a lot in this game. So there are some particular backpacks, like this particular backpack right here, the Pathfinder backpack, that has a bright ass light on it. You can see this on people in the night raids. I've had so many situations where I may not have heard that person, but I look over and there's this dude with this backpack on, and I'm like, I see you because you're running this backpack. There's also some minor lights on some of the other backpacks, like this one, for example, as well as this one has a light on the back of it. So I'm not telling you can't run these things or shouldn't run these things, but you need to understand that when you're in dark areas, people can see you with these types of backpacks on. There's also a few cosmetics on your characters, like for example, with this bog water cosmetic I have on, you can run a torch. People can see this little torch on your head, which is why I took it off. So that's one thing to keep in mind, is that if you are running things that illuminate in terms of have lights on them as a cosmetic, people can see these when you're in raid at nighttime or in dark areas like shadows and things like that. So that's just something to keep in mind. Tip number 4 is going to be do not drain your stamina. Obviously, you're not going to be able to avoid this all the time, but what I'm more specifically pointing is a old extraction shooter rule. Do not sprint across open fields, run out of stamina because you're just a sitting duck. People can shoot you in the back. Arc can just appear out of nowhere and start fighting you, and you have no stamina. That's why adrenaline stems are very effective. They're very cheap to make. And if you get into a pinch, or if you want to get across areas that are very open very quickly, adrenaline stems are going to help you keep your stamina up. But for those people not running these, do not run out of stamina in open situations. You're an easy target for other players. You're an easy target for Arc and things of that nature. So make sure that you're depleting your stamina bar about halfway and then resting up a little bit, looking around your surroundings, make sure you don't have anybody creeping up on you, and then start moving again. don't get to situations where you're fully depleting your stamina at all times. There's situations, obviously, where you just need to get from point A to point B very quickly to get better cover. I understand that, but as a general rule of thumb, when you're in open fields, in open situations, try not to drain your stamina because it's going to get you killed more times than not. Another extraction shooter rule that a lot of people ignore in this game because some people are newer to the genre is do not loot that body right away. Now, there are some situations where you need to loot and scoot and just get the hell out of there. So I understand that is situational, but the main rule of thumb is you want to give yourself about a 10 to 20 count before you start looting. Especially in this game, there is a bright light and a loud sound effect that happens when you kill a player. And what's going to happen a lot of times is there's other players that hear that and they're going to push toward you to see what's going on. Maybe they're going to be able to take you out. Maybe they're just going to question you or whatever. But the rule of thumb is that you don't want to loot right away because you need to heal yourself up, reload, make sure you're good to go. You're taking cover. You're looking around your surroundings because you may see somebody trying to sneak up on you so you can take them out. Now, again, there are moments where you will need to loot and scoot and just dip the hell out of there because there's something else going on. This goes for Arc as well. So if you're killing Arc and you need to just get something from that Arc body, just get it and get out quickly. But again, even with the Arc, you need to be careful because the moment you take out that Rocketeer, the moment you take out that Leaper, that Bastion, that Bombardier, other people are going to hear that you took this thing out and you're going to be pushed by other players. Sometimes they're friendly and just wanting to loot goblin your loot. But sometimes they just come and kill you for no reason just because they want to have all the loot to themselves. So tip number 6 is going to be centered around augments, but specifically around the durability for augments. And the big thing is you do not want to repair your augments. It does not affect the performance to have durability missing from your augments, not like shields or weapons. It's literally nothing's going to happen if something is missing a particular amount of durability. The reason why it is missing durability is because you looted it off somebody who died. When you die with an augment, that's how you lose durability. So in situations where durability degrade would happen on your augment, you're dead and you're going to lose it anyway. So there's no sense in repairing these augments because all they're going to do is just go to the next player and they're going to have a damaged augment. So the big thing, again, just to clarify it again, having a damaged augment, meaning a durability loss on your augment, is not a big deal. You don't want to waste these resources to repair because it's not affecting performance and it's not worth it. So that's just a big pro tip, is just don't repair your augments because it basically is wasting resources. Number 7 is going to be do not repair your blue shields. Now I want to talk about all 3 shield variants and when you should repair and when you shouldn't. So the common shields, basically the green shields, they are very cheap to repair. All they cost is plastic parts. You get plenty of these from Scrappy and various things. So repair these to your heart's content, and they're also very inexpensive. So don't worry about this too much. Now, with blue ones, they actually do have a cost that comes with them. Now, if you repair these normally, they're gonna cost you 1 arc circuitry as well as 1 battery for 50% durability. So if your shield is below 50%, it's gonna require 2 arc circuitry as well as 2 batteries to repair this shield. Now, the big thing is that it does not make sense to do that in the long run because you're wasting 2 arc circuitries with this. If you are to recycle this instead, you will get 1 arc circuitry back and you can spend over in the workshop. Yes, it costs 1 arc circuitry as well as 4 batteries. And yes, in the grand scheme of things, you are wasting more batteries, but the arc circuitry are far more valuable and harder to get. So again, when you are running medium shields, the way to do it is to recycle these once they get below a certain durability. For me personally, around 85% is when I will recycle these. I may do it at 90 depending on what the situation is, but you can buy so many of these at the later stages of the game from the vendor as well as just craft these, because again, you are getting one of these, and batteries are just available everywhere. You can get them from Celeste for trading seeds, as well as you can get them in Raid very easily. So again, batteries are not the problem, it's the arc circuitries. Now there is a big difference with heavy shields. So heavy shields are actually going to be a lot cheaper to repair because of the fact they only require arc circuitry. So this requires 2 arc circuitry as well as 1 voltage converter to get 50% durability back. And again, when you're actually crafting these in the workshop, they're going to cost a lot more. So they're going to cost 1 power rod as well as 1 voltage converter. So this is much more expensive to craft the power rods when compared to using arc circuitries. And then again, you can buy 1 from the trader per reset as well. So the big difference again for me is with the heavy shields, you want to repair those. With the light shields, you want to repair those. And with the medium shields, it's better to recycle and buy new ones or craft new ones. That's just the best way to min-max your resources overall. All right, so number 8 is going to be about deployables. More specifically, we're going to talk about zip lines and barricades. Everybody understands the basics of these, right? Barricades, you can drop down to be able to give you cover at any given time, to be able to peek around and everything like that. And then zip lines are used to get you from point A to point B if you want to go up, down, or whatever you want to do. So people understand the basics of those. Now with Barricade specifically, you can actually use barricades to get you to places you normally can't get to. So you're gonna drop this, and let's say there's an elevated advantage here and I wanna go up onto this post. You can go up here, climb the barricade, if my guy will do it, climb the barricade, and then you can get up to this post where you normally can't get to. Let's just say there's like an arc probe or something you're trying to get to. You can just use the barricade very simply, and then you can dismantle them to get them right back. Now, again, I like to bring barricades a lot of times when I'm doing some sort of scavenging mission, or if I need to get to a place where like weapon boxes or things like that, because sometimes it's just easier just to drop one of these, jump on top, and get on top of the building or whatever. Now, there's some advanced movement things you can do with the barricade while you're being shot at or some sort of bad situation. There was a glitched way to do it where you can place the barricade and slide through. That no longer works, so that's not what I'm going to talk about. The one I'm going to talk to you about instead is going to be one where you're sliding, you're placing it, and jumping over to be able to be behind cover very quickly. So how it's going to work is we're going to do a 2 count. As we're sliding, we're going to place the barricade, and then we're going to leap over it. So this is how it's going to work. So you're going to go in here, you're going to slide for 1, 2, place, and then you're going to leap over like this. Sometimes you'll just be vaulted over as well, but this will allow you to get behind cover very, very quickly, which is really clutch in a lot of situations. It's a bit difficult to master, but once you get it, it's actually not too bad. So 1, 2, place, and then vault over like this, and you're behind cover immediately. Again, it's going to take practice, and this is not always going to be super practical, but it can save your life a lot. If you're getting chased by arc, if you're getting chased by players in the open, you can just drop the barricades very quickly and get behind them very, very fast. So zip lines are very, very interesting in the game because, yes, like I mentioned before, you can get up to places that you normally can't get to. However, let's just say you're in a PvP situation and you've got somebody hot on your tail and they're just looking to kill you. So rather than just taking this normal cover, like, okay, crap, I'm behind this car or whatever, what am I gonna do? You can just zip line up here, and let's just say you get a little bit of cover. You can either shoot the person while you're going up or just get in a better position to be able to take the person out. Now, this is going to take some trial and error, and you're going to have to be quick on your feet. If you're in a building like this, and let's just say you get into a gunfight and you're like, oh crap, I'm actually losing this, I'm going to retreat. You're going to pull out your zip. You're going to pop this here quickly, go up, and then get up here to this higher position very fast. And then boom, you're in a much better position to be able to take out the player, and he didn't see you zip up here very fast. So again, the movement tech with zips is pretty crazy if you use them in live combat. It's just something that's going to take practice. So make sure you're using your barricades, make sure you're using your zips, and practicing alternative ways to use them while you're on the move. These last 2 are just general tips on how to play the game more effectively in terms of leveling, as well as things you can do to get better things. Now, how to level quickly is going to be number 9. You can go around, you can loot things, you can PvP, and you will level moderately. I mean, if you PvP a lot and get a ton of kills, you will level pretty well, as well as loot and things like that. The fastest way to gain a lot of XP very, very quickly in this game is going to be destroying Arc. You destroy Arc, you destroy the Bastions, the Leapers, the Rocketeers, the Queen, or whatever, you are going to get a crap ton of XP and level very quickly. And it's going to lead into the next one we're going to talk about, which is going to help you gain a lot of XP from this. But mainly, again, the big thing with this game is they want you to fight the Arc. That's the primary focus of the game. Yes, PvP is in here. I love PvPing. I like fighting people. But if you want to level up quickly, the best thing to do is to fight the Arc. And there's a lot of advantages to fighting the Arc. You get resources that you can use to craft other things, as well as you get resources you can sell, upgrade your workshop, or all sorts of other things like that. And it's just fun. I do like fighting the Arc with all the various Arc weapons that are available in the game. So if you want to level really quickly, meaning you're trying to figure out how to get all the skill points, things like that, because you want to have some of the upper echelon skill tree points, go ahead and start destroying Arc. Go into situations focused in on, I want to destroy Bastions, I want to destroy Bombardiers, Rocketeers, Leapers, whatever. Just go in, kill as many Arc as possible. You're going to level super freaking quickly. Now, in tandem with that is going to be do your trials. That's number 10. The reason why you want to do your trials is not only because you're going to be doing the various events to be able to get XP and things like that, you're also going to be getting free epic gear. So every trial you complete and get 3 stars, meaning 4,000 points, you will get epic gear. You also get rare gear and as well as common gear. These can be blueprints, they can be epic weapons, and all sorts of various things like that. So you need to make sure that you're doing your trials, because you're going to be leveling quickly. You're going to be getting free gear, free rewards, and things like that, as well as if you wanted to have a competitive thing to do in the game on the PvE side. This is going to be insanely competitive. You can find the best ways to min-max your points of how to get more points in a particular trial and whatnot, which I have a few videos talking about that. But again, 2 general things: Level quickly by destroying Arc. Make sure you're doing your trials. Get your 3 stars for the week. You don't need to compete in the leaderboards, but definitely take advantage of getting that free epic gear basically. But all right, that's 10 advanced tips to help you get a little bit better at Arc Raiders. Let me know what you guys think about this video down in the comments below. Make sure you tell me what your advanced tips are for other people and how they can actually get better at the game. Make sure you like and subscribe for more content similar to this. But anyways, I'll catch you in the next video.